Hello, good evening, welcome back to more Planet Coaster 2. Building our high-end theme park. When we last left off... Oh, sorry, just call the mic. Yeah, when we last left off, just working on part of the... one of the baths, yeah. So let's go into first person mode. I've just realised I've not got the keyboard plugged in. Let me just plug my keyboard in and then we'll get rid of that heads up display. There we go. Done. So yeah, I was working on the... Let's unpause. I was going to change to normal lighting, but don't worry, because I've got it on fixed light at the moment. Whoa. So there's the staff room. Yeah, it's coming up with loads of messages now. So this was what we were working on last time. Yeah, ignore the fact there's a massive building next to it. So now, yeah, it looks a bit different to how we last left it. So a real adult swimming area, nice and luxurious, with some seating around the edge. Yeah, I really like this area now. But that's not all I've done. Bearing in mind I didn't have a chance to build today. I had no chance whatsoever to build today. Thanks for jumping in, everyone. So I've built another building. Let's head out here. So I haven't looked at this on ground level. I don't know whether I put barriers in the bottom of these, but yeah. We have a souvenir shop area. Like a bazaar, like a kind of market, which is exactly what I wanted. I could change the colour of these, but I don't know whether I will or not. The shelving unit, I may do it at a later date. We might change it. But yeah, what I'm thinking is I probably haven't, and I mean it's all decorated outside as well, which I can't show you. Let's leap out and then I can show you. So yeah, it's all decorated outside as well. It's a really nice little building. Obviously I haven't named anything, but yeah, it's a really cool place to go shopping. And I wanted that kind of bit market type feel. That's why it had to feel a little bit packed to a degree, but not too bad. Hopefully guests will enjoy it when we open the park. So start work on building around here, putting the little restaurant in, I guess. And we've got over here to do as well, and I am thinking flumes. That's what I'm thinking. Not flumes, no. Yeah, flumes. But unfortunately, water coverage isn't enough to get to here, and I'm thinking about putting the pool in here. So we're going to have to put an entrance out of whatever I put on the end here, away out to some more water purifiers. Also got in the other water purifiers over here. I just built it up here. I want to put sort of trees in and like some shrubberies outside and things, just to give it a backdrop, really. Let's start work on this. So yeah, I haven't had a chance to build today, so all I've done is what's on the bottom there. Got Scruffy next to me, as usual. You like Scruffs? Let's go grid. Yeah, I'm coming down with a cold, so bear with me if I mute or anything out of the blue. Alright, I've got no idea what this will look like, but we'll start throwing some walls down and see what we come up with. Kind of thinking similar to what I've done with the market bazaar over there, I think. That kind of look. Split please. Edit building. Yeah, there we go. Alright, this is... it's a gap there. Evening, how are you? How are you doing, Mr. Black Lodge? Ah, okay. Noticing a problem there. Going to have to cheat in inverted commas. So getting this restaurant in is going to be intriguing, I think. Intriguing and interesting. Okay, there's still a gap there. I can still see a gap. Let's just squeeze you across a fraction. I actually think the issue isn't the gap there. I think it's slightly askew, like a fraction askew, which is going to be really awkward to sort out. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I didn't want to do that. Facilities, custom. Restaurant, kitchen. So I don't know if I should have two of these or not. Yeah, see what I mean about it being... oh no, I don't know. Let me have a look. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. It's slightly askew, isn't it? Look. Yeah. If you see that it starts there, but it gets thicker. It's only infinitesimal, but it's there. Alright, now let's try it. Oh, I need two. Yeah, I need... hey, that's it. Yeah, we cracked it. That slight movement worked. Hooray! So I don't know if I should put two restaurants in. Just not for any other reason apart from aesthetically, you know, it'll look nicer. Alright, okay, that's too low and that's too high. I know that works. Okay. How many in is it? It's right. Oh, okay. I'm. Yeah, let me. There. Then we can put all the seats out the front, etc., 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 etc. Yep, look, yeah. So what I'm going to do, just to get the alignment correct. So, like here, I think I want to put a doorway in. So let's skip there. And you'll be like, what? A doorway? How? Well, yeah, kind of archway, doorway. And that'll go out to, that'll be a staff doorway. I may just put it behind a normal door, like an in-game door. And so the staff will just walk into that door and then walk out the other side. Might be the idea. We'll see. See how it goes. Probably end up doing a recap again partway through if Ashley jumps in, or anyone else, any of the regulars jump in and say hello. I'm just thinking that's a 2.5. Got to try and work out my spacing. Yeah, I'm just calculating sizes in my head and looking at it and trying to get an idea of the dimensions of the building. We still have a large budget to play with, but we still have a lot to do, so not counting my chickens before they've hatched or even after. Yeah, we need to go 2 meter. Plug our gaps. See, I'm thinking about having an archway there, but if I have an archway there, do I want an archway on the other side? See, I kind of like that idea. Might look nice. Even if it's an archway to nothing. See, if I put a staff path in there, it looks horrible. Let me show you what I mean. So all you can do really with staff paths is just change colour. See, look, and it looks awful. Actually, curbs off, please. Curbs off. But yeah, it looks awful. Not staff, no. Staff paths. That's what we want. Let's try again, shall we? Whereas now, it looks lovely. That way. And I can always extend this out a little bit if need be. Bearing in mind that it kind of will be visible, but we'll kind of make it invisible. I need to work out that height difference. Sorry, my son was stood next to me and he'd been stood there for about 5 minutes and he got annoyed. And then I called him back and he's like, he's built a Sackboy in Minecraft. Looks really good. Oh, hey. Yeah, so I don't know. I might just have it as view away, like a sight line. Let's have a look. What would your view be? Oh, you'd see the front of the... Yeah, do you know what? That wouldn't be a bad sight line. I mean, it's not amazing, but you see the building and stuff. It kind of feels believable, doesn't it? Yeah, let's we can do that. Now we've got a height on the other side as well. Okay, this is starting to come together. If anyone's wondering what it's going to look like in a minute, don't worry, you'll find out soon. Well, okay. That grid height thing is, yeah, it doesn't work, does it? Let's, I don't like that. I don't like that one little bit, but we'll sort it. I know what I could do. So it gives them their own separate... Okay, that's one of the cats, by the way, that banging in the background. Yeah. Okay. Hello, Ashley. How are you doing? I was saying I probably have to do another recap when you get here. Just started work on the other end, the cap to the Roman part, but then I've still got to do this side, and I'm thinking flumes into a pool that's central, a central pool there. The only problem is my water coverage is only up to here. The pool would be here where it's not covered, and that's covered there. I had to build this bit round here from the front, and it goes round to there. Only problem is guests might walk up here, so if I change it to a staff path about here, it should be okay. Anyway, how are you? And you didn't see this all decorated. This is what I did yesterday. So yeah, this is the nice adult plunge pool area. Just on Fortnite at the moment. I'm coming down with a cold, I think. And I built this as well, which is a bazaar. One thing, I don't know whether I've put... That's a good point. Well, it's like a marketplace where you can buy stuff, where guests can all buy stuff. Let's flick it over to daytime so you can see. Yeah, I like the lighting in the pool. But yeah, this is like... So I wanted like a busy area where you could come and trade and buy stuff like souvenirs, pool bits, etc. Everything you need. Bit of food as well. Souvenirs. All sorts. And yeah, that's... So I haven't got any names on any of these. I'm terrible for naming things, but we'll come up with names. I'm thinking adding some greenery and like a bit outside just to give it a backdrop, like some taller trees poking over the top of the buildings, just to give it that pop. And the green trees will be a good stark contrast to the white and terracotta roofed buildings. But yeah, then we've got the two restaurants, and obviously I've left spaces here for some kind of monuments. But we'll see how that goes. So you're just building up this area, which is going to take ages, but yeah, we'll get there with it. I'm not fussed. No tables connected to restaurant, kitchen 3. Well, I know that. Get some statues. Yeah, big tall statues at this end, I think, but there isn't many statues in the mythology Roman part, and I've used most of them. It's mostly this woman and this guy. There is other versions of him actually. I could use other philosophers, couldn't I? Yeah, fountains with statues. Yeah, I could use the philosopher in water, because yeah, the Romans used to worship water and stuff, and they were great water engineers, so that kind of makes sense, wouldn't it? Water philosophers. So yeah, this, I'm thinking about having these walkways, each of these go to a different flume platform, and then the main one in the middle being the pool, and then you exit back into the baths, because all Roman baths are in 3 as well. They have a plunge pool and a few other bits. Scruffy's sitting next to me having a wash. Keeps rubbing my arm again. Well, I've got a hoodie on tonight. I'm nowhere near as warm as I was. Warm as it has been. Sorry, I'm nowhere near as warm as it's. Yeah, you know what I mean. Everyone knows what I mean. It is not as warm as it has been. Therefore, I am not as warm as I have been when you're streaming. Does that make sense? Yeah, kind of. Okay, so we've got, yeah, this, I knew you'd have this problem. So what level are you on Fortnite then? I'm drinking hot chocolate, so it's not hot. Yeah. Hot chocolate, that sounds like a nice thing. I just had a mare of a day at work, so yeah. 131, blooming heck. And you saw what level I was last night, like 50 something. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's going to cut into there. Yeah, we need the... Okay. Yeah, just level it off, basically. I've slowed down, though. That's old age, that. Oh, you mean in Fortnite? Oh dear. Oh, I've got to tell you about this, everyone. Yeah. So Ashley and everyone else that's watching, and if you're watching the replay later in the future, my grandson was being quite argumentative when I came back from work, and I was talking to him and stuff. I said, "You're being quite contrary, aren't you?" He turned around, put his hands on his hips, stared directly at me, and he said, "I am not a fairy." We all cracked up. I'm like, that's not what I said, but you know. Yeah, so okay, how are we squeezing in? Good for him. Yeah, remember, I am not a fairy. So we've been going around all of us saying, I am not a fairy this evening. Saying that, I say this evening, I must confess I did actually fall asleep after work as well. I was pretty shattered. But I wasn't well when I went to work this morning, so yeah, that didn't help. Alright, okay, cool, I think. Yeah, yeah, that's alright. So I'm just looking at... Yeah, right, that's what I want. So I kind of want the kitchen there, but also some stuff around the kitchen. Does that make any sense? It'll make sense, people. Oh, don't worry. Since we're working on a budget, I got up last night around 3 AM. Kind of, I don't know why. It's probably just changing in weather and things, you know, seasonal. Let's have a look. Slept again, was gone in the morning. Ah, well, that's good news then. I wish I could shake off illness just like that. So I'm coming down with a cold. Alright, I think what I'm going to do here is that and then this. Oh, okay, I don't know. I don't know. Can't decide whether I like that or not. I don't want to wall it off. I don't think that would feel realistic. Wall it off, but then again, there's no way to get in and out of the... Yeah, right, I'm going to go for that. I'm going to go for that. Is that the correct level? I think so. Trouble is, we're working with this sort of white colour at the moment. You can't see anything. Oh, that cuts into the... Yeah, does it cut into the... in your subscriptions, you have to go into manage subscriptions. I think all... something like that. It's been years since I did it. Or... let me have a look. Let me have a look. I think it might be under... yeah, users and accounts. I think you have to go into that. You might have to go into account, payment and subscriptions. Manage your payment and subscriptions. You can cancel it from there, I think. Let me have a look. Subscriptions. No, it's not under subscriptions. Game and app services. Alright, find Fortnite. So you have to go to game and app services. Yeah, we know we're paused at the moment. We're just trying to troubleshoot. What does it mean? I can't find Fortnite on here. Oh yeah, there we go. Fortnite. Yeah. Crew. And then if you go in, it'll tell you. Yeah, it tells you the details, how much it costs. Starts, and it tells you when the next renewal date is. Yeah, there we go. You have to go into account, user and accounts, account. There you go. That tells you all details. Right, we're back with Planet Coaster 2 after that slight detour of Hello, welcome to Dragonborn IT Help Services. I used to work at an IT desk. Probably surprises no one at this point. I'm thinking... well, you know, that's what that burning smell is. No, I am thinking we go with, the old brain matter works overtime. I don't know whether to go for I think Roman roofs kind of, anything above 2 meter slant. If anyone knows what I mean, you're probably all going, what are you on about? What I mean is, this is like 1 meter on the top here. So anything above that, kind of like 2 meter, I don't think it would work. I've just noticed something. I have noticed something. User error. So yeah, basically this is like 1 meter ridge, and then you get 2 meter ridge, and then you go up to 4 meter. But 4 meter I don't think would work. I don't think you'd have terracotta roofs that would be that steep, especially not on Roman. See, that $7 made all the difference, didn't it? But it also made all the difference. So yeah, that's a 2 meter ridge. I'm not going to worry about what you're not going to see. Or am I? Am I going to be that badly OCD that I possibly? Yeah, I am. See, that tells you they're not perfectly aligned there. Nobody saw a thing. They aren't perfectly aligned from one side to the other. Ah, well. What you gonna do about it? Really? Do 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 do. It's so hard working with this market wall colour when it's light. You can't see anything. Okay. So it flips it over to dark, and nobody who's watching can see anything. But hey, look, I know what I'm doing. Trust me, okay? Alright, let's see the statues and everything else. It would be really good if I had some nice lion statues like in Fallout 76. You could just put some big lion statues across the back there and they would look fantastically good. Two massive lion statues sat at the back there. Alright, what have I got to plug as well? So plug that in. We are... Right, that's that bit done. Back to the roofs. Yeah, 1 metre to 2 metre I'm thinking. Yeah, we'll go 1 metre ridge into 2 metre ridge. For anyone wondering what I mean 1 metre ridge, and then at the back we'll have here 2 metre ridge. Let's go back over to daylight. Just blind everyone in the process. Yeah, look, 1 metre ridge here into 2 metre ridge at the back. Bearing in mind that when you come in here now, that's going to need a lot of greenery and a lot more contrasting colours on it. I don't hate it, it's just without detail it just looks bland and horrible, doesn't it? But if it ends up like all this, then we're going to have no problems. We're going to have no problems whatsoever. Look at those amount of messages I've got. It's like, the game's like, no, this doesn't work. You've got no lifeguards. That's a point. I am going to have to employ a lifeguard. I'm thinking when we get towards the end, I at least have 10,000 for troubleshooting, because when I open the park I've got a feeling there's going to be lots of little issues and niggles and things like litter, etc., and I just want to be able to respond to those issues as and when they arise. Okay, let's go 4 metre at the moment, thank you. Sorry, I just had a sneezing fit, which is not good, but I guess it's the cold and the damp setting in. I think autumn is well and truly on its way now. So yeah, I don't dislike that at all. Once it's got the details in it, perhaps some balconies, since these are meant to be lived in buildings at the end here. Can you imagine living right outside some Roman baths? That'd be one heck of a view. And on a hot day, just be able to go for a nice swim. Yeah, I really wish I had lion statues. I'd definitely put lion statues in there. I may attempt to make some lion statues, although I'm rubbish at doing shape art in this game. And it ends up not looking the way I want it, and I end up scrapping it half the time. So we'll see, you know. We'll test that one. Plus the fact that it costs money, it's going to cost me a fortune to probably build some shape art in this. Quite frankly, I could spend my money better elsewhere, like building flumes and stuff. What did you do today? I built stuff. Yeah, the more astute of you may have noticed something, and I've just noticed something. So, to disguise that something, troubleshooting before it arises, you see. See, we don't want to make more work for ourselves, we want to make it slightly easier for ourselves if we can. So I was just having a sip of my drink. Much needed, but yeah, we're going to make things slightly easier for ourselves, hopefully. Hopefully. Oh, this is 1 meter ridge, isn't it? Yeah, that's not going to work, is it? Nope. No, 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 no. We want... I have 16 days to complete the passes. Don't know if it's possible, but I will try. There you go. 16. Yeah, you could do it. So a couple of weeks. You can do it. We believe in you. We'll see. Well, you'll have to report back and let me know how it goes, Ashley, though. My boys pestered me for the pass. They've actually got crew at the moment, courtesy of me. Okay. Yeah, and it's not music passes. It's not every time you level up either, is it? I've just noticed not an error, but kind of a... Yeah, every 2 levels, I know. It's ridiculous. I suppose it was people were probably completing it far too quickly, and so they got upset. Old Epic, because people used to complete the battle pass in like 2 days straight, didn't they? In the early days, and they didn't like that, so they made it so you had to play for longer. What? There's no one assigned, no ban, no nothing. I can't believe that. Yeah, I don't believe that though. Just probably Epic have probably not released who it is. That's the wrong one. I reckon they've just not told the world who it's going to be, or it hasn't been leaked by a trusty source. Did I? Hang on. Did I? That's got the ridge. I've got no ridge on this side. Okay. Thank you. That is the correct place for the ridge. Just the wrong place for the ridge. Oh, hang on. Yeah, lovely. I was going to say I might want a wood look, but I probably don't want a wood look on that. I'm going to get to 133 and then I'm getting off this game. Fair enough. I think there are times when it just, yeah, it gets too much. I haven't played tonight. I'll probably do it in the morning if I remember. Before I load up. If I load up Planet Coaster 2, then that's it. I'm on that all day. And Fortnite is stuffed. Yeah. Kind of like that. Nice high status building. It's my feet that are really cold. Mind you, I wore like Converse type shoes to work today, which is probably a silly idea considering how wet it was. I do have some decent boots as well. I should have just worn me the steel toe cap boots. Let's see how that looks when we've built it up. Sorry, just definitely too damp this time of year, isn't it? It's wet. Let's have a look. Yep, I kind of like that. That's kind of working so far. Right, let's go back into roofs and just sort the roof out a bit more. There we go. That's nice. Then we're going to stick some ridges on ridges on ridges, if that makes any sense. I think we're coming well within budget for what we're trying to do before we open. So I couldn't decide whether I want that there or not, but I think I do. I just probably want a gable end, like one of those thick pieces, because it'll accentuate the view when you walk in there. It's basically what I'm going for. Yeah, not too bad. Let's I mean, it's not the most exciting work, but it's got to be done. And then once it is done, then we have an awesome looking focal point for when you walk into the area, which is exactly what we want. Yep, it's just coming together really well. It's looking really good. Now Scruffy, because Scruffy is obviously a black cat, and he's sat on some dark glass at the moment on the table, coffee table next to me. He's kind of blended in with it. I couldn't see him for a second. I'm like, are you still there, cat? Yes, he is. Alright, ridges. We need ridges, and we need wallets by ridge, and we need, yeah, get your ridge wallet. Not a sponsorship, by the way. Okay, I think that's, yeah, we want that there. 2 meter. Thank you. apart from the roads, the aqueducts, the that last level up really dragged. Yep, I've been there a few times. Going for 100 crown wins. I find doing ranked, I mean I do ranked sometimes, but I just find that painful, because most of the time it's like hiding from people in bushes and then yeah, or whatever you need to do just to get placement, and then is that, yeah, mind if you hide for placement then people assume that you're not very good at the game. That's correct. Am I, is this, no, it isn't correct. Eight levels to get to the third page of the music pass. Yeah, it's all oh, that's better. Okay, it's a lot of work, I think. But as I say, because people used to complete the battle pass really quickly in like a couple of days if they were really good at the game, and they obviously made it harder and harder to get people to stay on the game longer. But if your game's good enough, people will stay on your game anyway. You shouldn't have to sort of put conditions. And Fortnite has no problems with playability, I don't think. But sometimes dealing with sweats all the time can be quite painful. So I don't know how I'm going to divide this building up, but we'll think of something. We will think of something, I am sure. What we'll think of, that I am not sure. I've just come up with an idea for what I could put in those little bits there in front of the building. What are the Romans famous for? Well, lots of things really, but anyway, what are the Romans famous for? I have an idea with something I've wanted to try for a long time. Let's go freeform props. Yep, that's what we want. So I'm going to try this quickly and just see what the effect is like. So this is just a quick version. It's on random scaling. Yeah, I think I was putting some trees in this morning with random scaling. Right, that did not work how I wanted it to. We want angle snap on, thank you. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking just an idea at the moment, but we'll see. What I'm thinking is build a dome out of that, basically. At the moment I just built a fancy looking spider, but fancy looking spiders aside, I can actually build a dome out of this. And I can have two dome-like structures at the end, and they look very Roman. This kind of feels like I'm moving meringue at the moment. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting. Also the noise I'm making. When I was playing Odyssey and I was on a boat in the middle of nowhere, just blue ocean. It was very nice. Am I reminding you of Odyssey then? Some of the best moments in games are like tranquil moments. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. A dome. I mean, you can't really see it because it's dark as anything, but yeah, you have a perfectly a perfectly formed dome, and then we could perhaps add to it just to give it a bit more accent. Because at the moment it's just a very white dome. Actually, yeah, that works. But if I want some colour control over it, which I probably will, I could use that or that. That would probably be the best one. That style arch. Because then I can put terracotta on top and I can put white underneath. So you got your plaster terracotta mix. Yep, we're going to have some shrines at this end to the water gods. That's what we're going to do. So do you think I should put a boat ride in here? Because we have introducing, and I don't know why I hadn't thought about this before, but I was watching something about a Roman barge that was it was an old episode of Time Team. It was a Roman barge that was had been found in Norway, I think, or Scandinavia, and they'd what's the word? What's another word for an archaeological dig? Well, yeah, they'd done that on it, and they'd done some research on it and uncovered it and everything. But yeah, we have boat. Look, we have boat rides in the game, boat roller coasters. Perfect. I really like that one actually. So which one's this one? A water coaster with mid-ride turntables, backwards drops and splashdown sections. Hell yeah. Or you have this, a coaster that combines a boat ride with a roller coaster, which is also a similar, I know it's slightly different, I still quite like it. So we could build some nicer water-based rides. Or have that over here as your third pool, in inverted commas. Yeah, because that way I wouldn't have to bother about. Oh, I've built the path now for the staff to come out this way. Yeah, I can suddenly see it. I mean, I really sympathise for people developing that work for like Merlin Entertainment and stuff now, developing theme parks, because like they're going. Somebody's like, yeah, and in this bit we can have this and we can have this. You know, the designer going like this, and all they're thinking is, yeah, my budget is going like this and getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and that's all I can see with water coaster, smaller budget. That's it, shrinking. We've got 306,000 though, so we should be able to do something decent. And I kind of feel that older Conquest needs a backdrop. I'm still really proud of that Conquest, the way it's written. I think that's the only ride that has a name in the entire game at the moment. Yeah, that is the only ride that has a name. We have this one, which is just lots of rock work and needs loads of work to bring it up to date. But once we get back over this area, I will just finish this off and it will look hopefully awesome. Any roller coaster where you end up sitting at right angles to the ground and that is pretty cool in my book. So yeah, Falcon's Flight. Is it Falcon's Flight? I definitely wouldn't go on that one. In real life. No, I probably wouldn't go on something like that. I've been on Kamali, Flamingo Land. I know I go on about it, but that's the worst invert I've been on. Although I have the biggest invert in Europe, I think, or even possibly in the world. Odyssey down the road from me, and I just wouldn't. I just look at it and go, no. I've been on Millennium Coaster, but not Odyssey. My son's been on Odyssey. He's like, it's a bit rough when you hit the brake run. I'm like, just no. It's just the huge drops and everything. When I was younger, yeah, not so much of a problem. But now I'm slightly older. Nope. I just admire them. My boys wind me up. They're like, you build all these brilliant roller coasters in your roller coaster game, and you won't go on them in real life. I'm like, nope. No, I won't go on them. Family roller coasters, I don't mind so much. You know, a nice little family woody like this, yeah, no problem. Because this isn't a steep drop. It's got like a little drop, and then it breaks up the drop. It's not one continuous straight putting the G-force. It kind of gives you a couple of sensations and changes the variables on you. The Roman Greek part is my favourite. But you haven't seen the ancient Britons part yet, because I haven't done much of it really. But what you mean, the Greek baths so far? Because yeah, I am quite proud of this. I think it looks really. I think we need to add some more. I mean, look down to these little rope walkways and things. I think I need to add some like paint around here, just so it's not plain perfect green grass where there's no discoloration or anything like that. But yeah, it's definitely getting there. Just hope I don't screw it up over here. Doubt it. Doubt I will. Flowers. What, in the garden area? Yeah, I could have flowers around here, I suppose. That'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? But I want trees in the background here, because they'll overlook the buildings, and so when you're looking down here, you'd have the trees in the background as well. Like you'd have the building, you'd have little tufts of green. Like, right, get off game. What are you doing? You have like little tufts of green in the background, just to contrast all the harsh lines and everything. Because it's nature, it's more jagged and it's more chaotic. Yes, I don't know whether to put a coaster over here or flumes. What do we reckon? A pool with flumes, or I mean, I'm guessing we should stick to the plan and have a pool with flumes, and then I could have a water ride, water coaster over here. Although I was planning on having the dueling coasters over here. I couldn't, which was going to be a cross between the two, obviously the Britons and the Romans. Yeah, but this bit, I haven't finished it. It's not all moody, it's not all done. This is unfinished, and we've just got rocks in there. There's no greenery or anything else. It's going to be very vibrant and lush and full of life, and much like this area. I mean, the buildings leave a little to be desired, I must admit, but is that wonky? Is that me, or is that wonky? That looks wonky to me. That is wonky. Is that wonky? That's wonky. Right. Is that wonky? No. Right, that's not wonky. So why the heck is that wonky? You know what? That's it. I'm happy about that now. Yeah. I think good. I didn't have a plan for them anyway. Unless we have more roundhouses in the background here, and then trees around them and things, and yeah, Wormroot's going to be good when it's finished. I mean, I've got good ideas for that. It's just I guess it's a stark contrast to the organised Roman design, and this is all water features and stuff and things, but and it's all like fountains and that sort of thing, the Romans, because it's more ordered, whereas this is going to have water features. They're just going to be more waterfalls and natural water features, so it's all going to be a bit more like this. And we've only got about a month to finish my wonderful ideas. So I say about a month. I wanted to be done by September, so I had at least 2 months to build so we may have to build the Halloween stuff in 1 month in October, so I may have to finish this by the end of September. It would be nice to finish it, because we haven't finished anything yet in any of the Planet games. So yeah, we will. We will. I probably want harsh. Yeah. I'm going to look at the style of this, because I kind of want to carry that over a little bit onto here. Yeah, just looking at it, thinking, right, what next? Trimming, that's what's next. I'm good. In here, I'm going to need to put details. That's disgusting. Don't look. It's Everyone's like, what are you on about? So that ceiling, I want to cover it up, but I don't want to. Yeah. No. Bloody Colosseums. Everyone does Colosseums. I may add a wooden Colosseum But this is supposed to be ancient Britain, when the Romans invaded Britain. So Colosseums, nope. Nope. They didn't build them over here, as far as I know. I might have to look into it, but as far as I know, we didn't have any Colosseums in England. They just went around killing all the Druids and Celts and everything. That's all the Romans did while they were over here. Plus, lots of people have built Colosseums in this game. It's such an obvious thing to do. I mean, how can I show you? It's such an obvious thing. Look, I went on when I think Greek, I think of them. What? Colosseums? Yeah, but that's Greek. And Greeks didn't have Colosseums. It was the Romans that had the Colosseums. But let me put a filter on. Source. Yeah, Frontier Workshop. That's what I want. Yeah, look, somebody has drawn Elvis. I have no idea how they did that. I have no idea. How did you build Elvis? My stepdad was majorly into Elvis, so £571.50. I think that's all. Yeah, basic shapes. Yeah, look. When you get really close to it, you can see. But that distance, you can't tell. I just have no idea how someone did that. That's just mind blowing. But yeah, we have Pingufi. What the hell's that? Oh yeah, somebody else had built that, and I was like, that's a bit Pegasus heavy for my liking. And they built gold roofs, not terracotta roofs. I mean, it looks impressive-ish. But yeah. I have a thing about ships as well. There's about 100 pirate ships on my workshop catalogue. Stone Skull. Really? Oh yeah. So it is. There's a stone skull in the game. What, the Elvis had good detail, or the other thing I just picked up? Yeah. See, I download loads of Roman stuff just to get ideas for this. Like that there. Both of them. But yeah, there's hundreds. I've got See, I put. Look, see, Colosseum. 22,560. It would cost to build. 22,500 to build, and that's a basic Colosseum. That's really basic. In fact, I don't know why it's costing so much. I don't know what have they gilded it in gold or something. But yeah, everyone builds Colosseums. They're really easy to build, because all you need to do, essentially, for a Colosseum is you build one piece. Right, let me show you. Frontier Workshop failed to load. What the hell are you on about? So you just build one section like this bit. And the right hand side, that's not even that side, and then you just rotate it, put it over here, so directly opposite. that piece there directly opposite, about the distance you want it, and then you just rotate. Anyway, give me back that my 22,500. So yeah, loads of people have built Colosseums. I think there are some elsewhere. No, I didn't mean to go into the workshop. I wanted to go to blueprints. Yeah, so it's an obvious thing to build, really. But some people are really talented on this game, I must admit. What's that? Mythology board slide. That's one of Frontier Workshops. Frontiers, yeah, the people that develop the games. That's like throwing everything at it, you know. Oh, I like the way they've used that piece on there. But you've got, these are Greek shields, whereas, you know, we're Romans. We're doing Romans. So that's why I'm using a lot of red and gold. I bet, yeah, I thought so. I thought that water wheel would be spinning. That's kind of nice. But yeah, like the way they've used this bit here as well. Although she's floating. That annoyed the crap out of me, the fact that she's floating on above that. Yeah, look, it was just, we're just looking for ideas, okay? That's massive. That was massive compared to my that's almost as big as my coaster. It's a huge ride. They've got loads of room. But yeah, if anyone's thinking about buying, like you were saying about buying this or the other game, yeah, there's plenty of stuff in the game that's provided. Where is it? I swear I downloaded more Colosseums than that, or perhaps I just downloaded that one just to see how they, because it was the best one I thought I'd seen. I swear I downloaded more Colosseums than that. Or perhaps I just got fed up with looking at them and decided not to download them. So I find things like lockers and things like that that add realism to your game a bit more useful. If we go Frontier Workshop and we type in Colosseum, you'll see how many there are. But I think I saw loads when I just typed in, simply typed in Roman and loads came up. So if we search no results available. I think you're lying, but anyway. Okay, let's try Roman. If we just type in Roman alone. Shop and food, Roman night, Roman. No Colosseums on the first one. Somebody else has done a Roman bath as well. But, yeah. It's not quite like the Roman baths we're building. So lots of people have done Roman villa. Is that a proper Roman villa, like a traditional? Kind of. Yeah. Not mad at that. So somebody else has built a Roman park. You can see all the bits being built there. Oh yeah. Roman Colosseum. That's kind of impressive. I don't know why it's got hundreds of statues all around it like that. I mean, if you built the Colosseum, hang on, Roman style building. Yeah, so lots of people have probably built colosseums. It's an obvious thing to do if you're doing Rome. Roman mosaic, that looks interesting. So if you want like tesseract floors and that's really good. Actually, they look like wall pieces. Yeah, I'd probably have it on the floor. So yeah, Roman harbour. Somebody's definitely done a Roman park, haven't they? But look, you know. So I'm not the first. But yeah, there's plenty of Roman stuff on there, and everyone does Colosseums, which is why I kind of don't want to do Colosseums. And it doesn't fit into the narrative of the story I'm telling. Unless we do a wooden type style, a much more basic Colosseum. But I don't know whether they had them in England. If they did, and we find out they did, then we'll, you know, I think in England they just came in, well, yeah, the Romans just came in, and anyone that defied them, they didn't manage to capture anyone because no one surrendered. Basically, they just, yeah, slaughtered them, which is not very nice, but was the Roman way. Oh, custom, yeah, that's what we want. Custom, please. Thank you very much. I don't know whether yeah, it kind of carries on the styling. That's what I was trying to do, carry on the styling what I've got there on that roof across to here. So we've got a kind of similar border, if you like, along the top. So I'll probably add that piece as well. I don't know, I kind of like their statues without anything in front of them. I kind of like the rawness of the statues. I have got Queen Splash here though, you know. She's not exactly very Roman, but it's the Atlantic Coaster mascot. Just being put in there cheekily. But yeah, Greek Roman. Yeah, I've actually got the shields there. My Roman shields. It's kind of appropriate that they've got a dragon on them. Does that mean I'm in control of the Roman area? Emperor Dragonborn. Okay, I want that to snap about a meter. Yeah. Yeah, I just realised that was not going to work. No, it should work. It might have worked on the 1 meter. If I do this and then change it to... Okay. Normally, when you change on world access or building access, it jumps about all over the place, but it hasn't done it this time, which is good. Do I want this trim going around the outside as well? That's what I'm thinking. Do we want the trim all the way around the building, or do we just want it on the interior? You know, when you're doing large buildings like this is where you really start to burn through the money. Yeah, what I've done there is make it bigger, 200%. Yeah. Hang on, why is there a gap between the buildings? There's no gap on... Oh yeah, I know why. I know where there's a gap, because there's no gap on this side. Yep, I worked it out. A Pandora theme park. Possibly. Thanks, game, for sending me off into the Outer Hebrides. They may have done in Planet Coaster. I don't think Planet Coaster 2's been out long enough for people to have sort of jumped into that sort of thing. Oh, you could. You could quite easily do that. Let me... Right, let's pull this bit of earth up. Then we just push. Now let's flatten with terrain. You can probably see what I'm doing now. Let's make it smaller. You now have a floating bit of terrain, so yeah, you can make floating islands and things. It's quite easy to do that sort of stuff if you know how, basically, like anything in the world. A planet coaster too. Perhaps I should do a weird sci-fi alien type world with floating islands, etc. But because I've never done sci-fi properly, so it's cool. Yeah, I mean, you have sandbox mode, you have total control really over your environment and everything else and what you want to do with it, I would say. Yes, build a massive planet in the sky. I'd like to build like land masses that are floating and that sort of thing, or appear to be floating. The fact that make them appear to be floating that'd be much more of a challenge, and that I'd probably relish even more. It's more of a challenge. Deep in concentration here, but there we go. I only need that tiny little bit just to finish it off, but so all that's wasted inside, but oh well. Like quite often in Planet Coaster 2, it's mostly what you can't see that's makes up your parks and things. Right, we are going to start. I was going to say we start at the other end. Yeah, we'll start at the other end. I'm not particularly worried if it doesn't match up in that corner. I could have matched it up in that corner, we just, you know. Actually, I could still... Hey, it pretty much matches up in that corner. That's stroke of luck or clever planning on my behalf. I don't know. I can't decide. A massive floating theme park. I shall think about. Next is the. I'm trying to think. Like. For the Halloween thing, I'm thinking perhaps a dark ride or a coaster, but an experienced coaster that takes you through like a murder mystery, like Cluedo almost. And you have to work out who the murderer was. Yeah, so I need to cover that I need to cover that up somehow. So I will think of a way. And then I need to cover it up on this side. Well, no, it's not so bad. Ghost train. Ghost ship. See, I like the idea of a ghost ship because then you can do loads with water and that. And there's water effects in this. You can have the water come to life and stuff. You could do something really, really cool with it. Actually, that's probably not been done. Did you ever see the ghost train in Red Dead Redemption 2? No, there's loads of Easter eggs I've probably missed in that game. Is that scary then? Was it genuinely chilling first time you saw it, like in Skyrim when you first see the headless horseman, and you think, what the heck is going on here, basically? I did see the meteorite. Oh, excuse me, that crashed into the building. I saw quite a few I did try and search out Easter eggs that I found out about, but I didn't know about the ghost train one. Yes, it was the first time. Yeah. Yeah, first time you see it, you probably think, what the... Oh, I didn't see the UFO either, no. I've seen clips of it, like footage afterwards, but no, I've never personally seen the UFO. See, I don't know whether I want that kind of look on the... Yeah, why not? I'm just thinking for this end, like have those entrance bits very sort of run down, if you like. You know, like this is the servant entrance. It doesn't look so good. What is that? A water wheel post. I can make use of that. Not as a water wheel post. Yeah, it does. It has an animation on it. Oh, you can't resize it. Okay. That's annoying that you can't resize it. But a water wheel post... like a water wheel post, may be able to... Yeah, I might be able to do something with that actually. And that turns. And I mean, it's a Roman bath, all about water. Can anyone see where we're going with this one? Yes, that's right. We're not going to put a water wheel in it. No, that could be good. That might work actually. Have some water wheel features at the end. Might look a bit nice. Right. Yeah. I'm looking for something that isn't even in this in mythology, so if I go this way, yeah, that's what I want to do. A lot of Planet Coaster as well is getting used to the menus and how to use them, and I'm just curious, what colour combo have I used there? Light grey, Spanish grey. Okay, cool. No, custom. Great, thank you, menu. You just forgot where I was completely. Right, is that? I think that's an entirely custom pillar. Yeah, they are. They're custom pillars completely. I don't think I want to switch to circular, to round. I think I still want to stick with square. Like colour code it light grey and then what was it, Spanish grey? Yep. That's too big. So it's just so I can see which ones. I don't know if I should get this game because I wouldn't even use the coasters, to be honest. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It depends whether you want to build a theme park, you know, or whether you just want to. You could just use flat rides. You could even not do that and just build. Oh, there you go. But if you got a zoo, you would you'd have like animals and things to put in your theme parks, wouldn't you? Oh yeah, okay, all right, yeah, yep, I get your game. I understand. Nice bird chirping and stuff. Just breaking up the... Does that mean I'm not going to pause anymore? No, I didn't have it paused. I had it playing. Like, time was ticking. Thinking music up this end, perhaps, or perhaps we should have music like hidden speakers throughout, just playing a certain song. Anyway, I'm gonna have yeah. Let's do the other archway, and then I was gonna have a break quickly, 5 minutes. Although I can hardly walk at the moment, so sitting here is kind of nice after being at work today. I think we need to create a balcony on this side. That's probably what I want, and a little balcony off here, mini stone balcony. That looked quite nice, looking over the garden area. Balcony. Right, give me 5. I won't be too long, and then we'll be back. Oh, I'll stick it on a coaster, rotating. But we've done Conquest loads, so should we do not so interesting coaster? I mean, once this gets going, once this is done, I think it will look really good. Just envision like lots of fog, a bit more greenery, and something else as well, and it'll come together really good, I think. I may change the colour scheme to a sort of, yeah. Anyway, that's for another stream on another day. I should stop having ideas ahead of where we're building. We are building Roman today. We are going Roman because Roman's nice and straightforward, and you know, they're not chaotic and crazy. Anyway, give me 5 minutes. I'll be back shortly. How is our rating only 0.68? Seriously. And I'm sorry you had to look at that for so long. A new end of day report is available. Yep, that's all very good. Oh, I'm back, by the way. In case you hadn't worked that out. Yeah. Kind of thinking here we have like water wheel fountains. All the tables and restaurants are going to be up to here. I may just put... what I'm hoping I can do is I'm going to put across some sort of barriers, kind of separating it off, if that makes any sense. A gazebo type coverings, or perhaps we'll just... yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'll work something out, I'm sure. I want a kind of like fabric gazebo. I know which piece I'm looking for. And it'll be the restaurant tables, unfortunately. Let me have a look. Add tables. Yeah, this is what I was wondering about. Can we add tables that look suitably like mythology? Yeah, we can. So we could add that kind of style of table for people to sit on, so it's themed, so it doesn't look too out of place. Picnic bench, like umbrellas above it. I mean, this is Britain after all, so it's not going to be too warm. Yeah, I know I have no tables connected at the moment. I need to fill that hole somehow. That's going to bug me, the fact that I know it's there. I'll find a way of covering that up. Right, what filters have I got on at the moment? Freeform props. Fairytale, mythology, pirate, Viking. So building decorations, that's what we're after. So I'm just working something out. I'm just looking at it, how it'll work. I think I may just have to end it here and then actually I have a cunning plan. Right, that is massive compared to what I need it to do. So let's go a bit bigger than 50%. 60. No, that doesn't work, does it? Because then where it comes off is and if I have it higher, it just doesn't look right. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that. And then, so what was I at, 50%? Oh, we're slightly off by a fraction. No. It's so awkward to do with the controller, just to line things up. That's right. You'll notice a problem, but I already have a solution. It's that massive gap at the back there, but don't worry, I already have an idea of how I'm going to make that look correct. Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. I may continue with this tomorrow. Witcher 3 perhaps? Oblivion? Fortnite? Who knows? Witcher 3, I'm kind of enjoying that a lot at the moment, I must admit. I'm looking for like a thick marble or... yeah, is that... I kind of want stone. That's no good, that's... I kind of want that meringue type, actually. Let's search stucco, and then let's go freeform props. I don't know, there isn't anything I can use really. Probably Witcher 3 I'm thinking tomorrow night. Let's see if 65% is correct. Yeah. Having a large sort of lip like this allows me to do stuff with like what's the word? with balconies and that. I might even buy the DLC myself. What, and try and play it before I get there, so when I get there you can offer advice. I'm really enjoying Gwent though. There will be lots of Gwent playing, I must have, you know. Oh yeah, no, stucco off, thank you. I was like, why is that filter not working? Yeah, you've got stucco on, that's why. No voice, because playing it without knowing anything is the best way to play. Yep. I agree. I think watching people play games blind is much more entertaining. Alright, we need to go light grey and then Spanish grey. Yeah, there we go. Just for a little lip type bit sticking out. That's just so complicated. I've made it far more complicated than it needs to be. But there we go. I can't believe we've only got a 0.68 park rating. We've got 2 amazing coasters. I suppose we've only got a few flat rides and a few coasters. That's probably why the game is saying it's not that good. We've got a souvenir shop. We've got everything. Once we get those flumes in another coaster, we'll be rocking and rolling, I think. I think it'll pay dividends. Yeah, it looks really nice now. Look, that thick. I've never played Ghost of Tsushima. Oh wait, hang on. Have you noticed? Has anyone noticed a problem here? Because I have. I don't even own it, Ghost of Tsushima. But it is a game, when I first saw it advertised, I was like, that looks like the sort of game I'd like to play. Now, I'm noticing a problem. And that's that this is sticking into that. And I don't like that. Can you see what I mean here? The only other thing I can do would it just be easier to raise that arch? Or I know. I have to bite the bullet really and do this one. Actually, what I'm going to do oh, yeah, no, edit building. Sorry, the reason why I'm doing it in the dark is because it's easier to see what you're selecting. See top tip there. So I can see the lines a lot clearer. Okay, thank you, game. This is very peaceful as well. Like, and it eats time. Planet Coaster just eats time. That's what it does. That's my conclusion with the game. Now it's that's very small at this end. Do you know what? I'm going to do something drastic. I'm going to do some drastic alterations now. Sorry, cover your eyes, everyone. I should have warned you I was changing over to light mode. Well, no, I don't need to delete that. I want to. Yeah, one of my friends who used to, Iron Matty, who reviewed my parks and that, and he used to have his own Discord and channel and everything. Yeah, he used to say it was like miniature railways with coasters. That's all it was. But other people build really realistic looking parks and their backstage areas and everything. I tend not to worry about that so much myself. It's all theming. I prefer the theming side of things. No, I don't want that. I want grid props. Is that 1 meter or 2 meter? We're underground at the moment. What the? Now get off there, thank you. That's interesting to know. We've got that gap at the top. Oh, problem. Yeah, it's slightly wonky. It'll be covered. I think it actually looks slightly better with the raised archways, because the taller an archway is, the more grand it looks, especially when you're stood on the ground looking up to the archway. and it then no, wrong way, wrong side. And then because they're now higher than these ones, it gives that sort of feeling of grandness, doesn't it? I can't even see what I'm grabbing hold of here. Let's change over to night time. No, I didn't want to grab you, I wanted to grab that, thank you. No, that's not going to work. Oh, mistakes were made. That's a tall ask, that is, building a Witcher theme park. That'd be really challenging. Because I don't know whether the assets in the game could handle it. I suppose you could. One that I've thought about doing, and everyone says I should do, my boys included, is a Skyrim theme park. Skyrim would be, but yeah, I think doing a Witcher theme park would be quite tough. With Morgan Park, I kept having to load up Red Dead Redemption 2 and take reference photos. Of like the buildings and things. Whereas Skyrim doesn't have a photo mode. So it makes it slightly harder to look at buildings from all angles to see how they're put together by or designed by developers. So it would be a tall ask. I have thought about the logistics of it already. So it's one I've put a lot of thought into. Tell you what I would like to do as well. I'd love to do a Fallout. Maybe not Witcher, more like medieval UK villages and countryside. Well, yeah, that I thought of because I've been watching, as well as I've mentioned before, I've been watching lots of Time Team, and yeah, I've looked at medieval, and medieval buildings weren't, well, I say they weren't as big as people think they were. They were quite large, I must admit. And obviously you have the really big, impressive medieval buildings in the UK, like Westminster. I think, no, Westminster Abbey's later than, but yeah, you have really big cathedrals and things, and that were quite impressive. What medieval details? Yeah, I can't remember what period where Westminster Abbey is. I can't remember. But right, this is going to be a problem here. The problem being that okay, what are you doing, game? What are you doing, game? Right. Right, what I might have to do is a little trick. I don't know what, it doesn't really matter. As this is the front facing piece. On Roman stuff, if I really wanted to do it properly, historically accurate, I'd have to do lots of tesserae and stuff, you know. Like mosaics on the floor. That would just take so much, it would cost so much in game, and it would take so much time, is the main issue. But it would look good. Perhaps I'll do a mosaic somewhere. Yeah. See, this is the problem here with these. What I might do, I'm actually thinking, because this is the like serving hatch, I may do a sort of blended storefront and a blended storefront there. So I blend it into the stone and just have that line run across, just so you've got that consistency all round. Yeah. So I may use the stone ruin on the front there. Yeah, that might work, I think. If anyone's having a hard time envisaging what that'll look like, I will show you shortly. Mainly because I want to see how it looks as well. That's what I'll show you shortly. Building details. Is it under building details? No, it's not. Okay. Is it under... No. That. If we go back to this old chap, push him into the wall, go almond tan. No, I want it tan, not almond tan, thank you. So yeah, like blended stonework basically. I may actually change it. That's too blended because it's the same colour. Should we go back to the light grey, Spanish grey look? Mm. I'm having trouble with that, as you could probably tell. Let's do this instead. I wonder if 2 meter will be too much. Or go back to my Fallout 4 or Fallout 76. Which are we doing? See, we could just have a serving hatch like that, but I think that's too small. That's too low. Yeah, that's too low. In relation to the rest of the building. Whereas that is about right. I could additionally put that on there. Why is it brown? Oh, because that's stone ruin. Rather than stone market. I could put that on, but it cuts off the edge of the... I mean, it gives it some shape, but no. No, we'll be alright with that. Across the roof here I'm going to put wood, just like you would have in the second floor of a building like this. It would all be wood. Yeah, what might be more interesting than doing medieval is, does Fallout 76 have good quests? Not really. No, it's not like 4 in that sense. Because it's online, it's more about doing events, really. You know, sort of like jumping on with lots of other people and doing like an event. It's kind of hard to explain. Like something will pop up on the map telling you this event is going on, or you'll look on the map and you'll see that this event's going on, and you'll go there and there'll be a few other people that will join you, and you'll complete the event together. And you'll all get rewards at the end of it, and then you'll go off and do something else. It's very much, and there's a very big online trading community, shopping and everything else, because you could sell things at your camps. And yeah, it's a big camp building community as well, into like designing buildings and that. Yeah. It is, but I call it Fallout Light, really, because it's, once you get to a certain, I mean, to start with, there is a whole story quest line, and I mean, it's alright, and it explains why you're doing some of the events, but is it, you know, and whilst it adds to the storyline of the Fallout universe, you know, I think a single player game could have been much more divisive. There's no, like, for the first year or so, the whole of Appalachia had no people in it. Like, there was no NPCs whatsoever in the game. We used to make our own fun. There was events and stuff with robots, but yeah. I'd have to stream it to kind of explain it, but as I say, it takes up a huge amount of space. On my drive. It can be good. And there's like silos you run to launch nukes. They're good fun. Although I know a cheat for them now, so I just tend to use that these days. So I can skip loads of it and just get to the point where I launch do the codes and launch the nuke. In fact, there used to be a tab open on my phone all the time that would tell me the codes for the silos, each of the silos, because there's 3 silos on each map. So you can launch 3 nukes and then they have a cooldown period. I think it's an hour or so. But yeah, when Todd Howard said the survival element of Fallout 76 was going to be worse than harder than the survival of Fallout 4, I thought, God, how tough is it going to be? Are you really going to have to try and make friends and, you know, learn to survive? No, not at all. It's so easy to survive because I think people kicked off about it being a multiplayer, and so they made it so you could do with the early stuff solo if you wanted. And there are certain events you can't do solo. Oh, you shouldn't be able to do them solo. But yeah. Kind of made me want to play it now. But I bet a lot's changed since I last played it. Trouble is, I'd have to delete some other games on here. When we complete RPGs, then and I'll free up some space on the hard drive, then yeah. But I think that'll be a Christmas worth looking forward to for all of us if I because I won't be working in winter, so I'll be able to stream 76 a bit more, and it'll be good. Oh, I was just about to stick. Yeah, that won't work. We need you. Head's gonna get stuck in my tune. The tune's gonna get stuck in my head. Mind you, not that's a bad thing, having Planet Coaster music stuck in your head. This is slow and meticulous work. What do you think my camps are like in Fallout 76, Ashley? Do you think they're detailed and, you know, like very creative, or do you think I've got generic, bland, boring builds? It's kind of self-evident, I would guess. well, not self-evident, but yeah, pretty obvious for me being creative in this. Okay, you're saying that they sound like boring builds. No, they're not. And some of my channel, actually, some of my earlier ones, now they've actually made it so you can build however you like. It's pretty much, they had these things like bunkers you could go into underground, and it would take you to like a different area where you could build how you liked to your heart's content. You can make things float and all sorts of things like that. And they've recently made it so your camp, you can do that actually on any server above ground now. So you can make UFOs sucking up Brahmin instead of cows. So yeah, which I've seen builds like that, people doing that in the past. Okay. Yeah, when they have seasonal events as well, like Fashion Act is a big one. And that's when winter goes away. Not really. But yeah, there are packs. Obviously, it's the Atom Shop. They want you to spend money on stuff for camps. And I have a lot of camp stuff. I wouldn't say I have it all. There are certain ones you probably would want. You know, I'm not going to deny that. And I have a lot of them because I've played for over years and just occasionally buying a few Atom. But there's like Halloween packs and things. In fact, there's a Frankenstein build on my channel that I put together. But the thing with 76 is I would cancel crew and get Fallout First again, because it just gives you such an advantage in the game, which is the ability to have a tent so you can scrap items wherever you want. Yeah, the management of resources in 76 is far better than Fallout 4. You know, if you wanted all the components from something, you would have to break them all down in your camp by putting them on the ground and individually selecting each one and breaking them down. Yeah, in 76 you just got to a workbench and you could scrap everything on that workbench. You just scrap the items, and then that allows you to build and whatever else, you know, mod your weapons. But it is confusing because handmaids take 5.56 ammo in 76. So when I come back to Fallout 4 Nuka World, I have loads of 5.56 saved, and I'm like, oh no, hang on, it's not 5.56 ammo in Fallout 4. I think it's 7.62 or something in Fallout 4. And there's 3 legendary effects on weapons, or I think there's more now, there might be 4 now. In fact, I think there is 4, but it used to be 3. And what everyone wanted was faster fire rate, faster reload, weapons basically. And I've got a few good ones. Two shot is quite nice as well, and explosives quite good. Yeah, there is the camp build thing is a big thing that they're pushing at the moment. Yeah, fishing was a little while back, yeah. I haven't even played since the fishing update. But yeah, it's fishing, there's, you know, the camp building is the latest update thing. I think that goes live in beginning of September, so it's soon. And like I say, that will change the way we can build camps for in-game for, well, forever probably. Probably quite good, if I'm honest. Well, I feel like I've done nothing this evening, even though I built this entire area. It still doesn't look quite the way I want it. Perhaps windows on here. And yeah, we'll see. Let's look at that. Yeah, even my boys have played a bit of 76. Well, one of them has anyway. There's loads of it on my channel. Loads of it. Tons of it. Builds everything, you know. Hang on, I kind of like that. I was thinking a similar thing. I've been up since 6:30, so although I did have a snooze when I got in, but I'm just beginning to get a headache again. It will send you to sleep. Watch Fashion Act. Watch that event. That's a good one. Fashion Act is a beloved community event, but the amount of glitches in the game is just hilarious. And Fashion Act, because everyone gathers in one area on the server, the game struggles with it. It's hilarious in that sense. Things can go wrong, but you know. And you get lots of people AFK, but anyway, that's a story for another day. Let me have a look. Probably Dragonborn, Fallout 76, and then Fashion Act. So I reckon if you put in, you might have to put in my full McQueen, Fallout 76, and then Fashion Act is FASNACHT. No, it comes up with AFK at Fashion Act, so that's one of my popular videos. Fashion Act on a new character. Fashion Act 2024. Yeah, Fashion Act 2024 highlights is probably a good one. Fashion Act 2021. So yeah, it all comes up. The Ultimate Fashion Act Guide. Oh, that's not me. What, Bethesda listened? Rifle Games just released a video about 76. But yeah, if you type in my channel name plus Fallout 76, it'll bring up loads of content. Or if you just type, if you want the Fashnac stuff, type in Fashnac. I'm going to finish putting this trim around the bottom, and I think we'll call it a night, because I can continue this in the morning when I'm hopefully more bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, but we'll see how that goes, because I felt awful this morning. And then Shell was like, you probably caught my flu. I'm like, yeah, thanks. I really want the flu. Just what I need. I'm just hoping it's a seasonal thing as we march towards autumn. Yes, I'm thinking windows, balconies. On the other side of this building. Ashley's gone now. She's watching. She's lost to Fashnac 76. I watched the 2024 highlights one. Yeah. Oh, we can't. You may see me nuking the event. We can't do that anymore. It really upsets me that I can't do that. And you might hear Georgie on there, because I think Georgie and I do Fashnac together quite often. Right, I'm almost done. We are almost done with that trim. I'll say I'm almost done with that trim. I've got to replicate it around this side, really, I guess. I might just replicate it on these two walls, though. Anyway, it'll make sense. I'll see. Or I may have it all like this on this side and then have it slightly different on the outside. I'll be sleeping like 10 to 20 minutes. It's only about a 26-minute video, isn't it? The 2024 one. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to say goodnight as well. Thanks for watching, everyone. And hopefully when we come back to the old Echoes of Albion, this 0.68 park that's worth nothing in the game terms, but yeah, we'll come back to this and build, and hopefully, oh no, we got to 0.7 now. It's 0.7 at the bottom. Woohoo! Now put some restaurants in. Anyway, when we come back, hopefully we'll increase the park and we'll add more to it, and hopefully I'll have done a bit more when we return tomorrow. Witcher 3 probably, and yeah, all that's left to say is thanks for watching and good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.